Alright, so I was laying here with my wife and I was just like talking about random thoughts. And I don't always like to sit there and talk about serious things because you know what? It gets heated. Not between me and my wife, but when you think about things, you're like, oh man, oh man, oh man. And you can stay ignorant to some things, and that's cool because then you can just be like, man, I got everything I want. But then when you look at the future, you're like, man, does the future have everything that it needs? So I was like, wouldn't it be cool if I just had my own planet? And yeah, this stems off of I've been playing a lot of Star Trek, Fleet Command, and I've been watching a lot of Star Trek, the original ones with Captain Kirk and everything. I love William Shatner, and so I'm just revisiting that. But it got me thinking. I was like, man, I'd like my own Earth, but then I was like, just me and my wife and my son and my dad would be cool, and my sister and her family also, because it's like all I got now. So I'm just like, I mean, not to say, anybody else thinking, you could visit or something, we'll set something up or whatever. But I mean, those are the people I'm around all the time, and so I would take them with me. I wouldn't just start naming off a whole bunch of people, or else I'd take half the people on Facebook. So anyway, I'm thinking, own my own planet, that'd be really cool. Have my family, not have to deal with drama, not have to deal with anything else. And then I thought, I mean, in Save, you can do all this stuff yourself, but it stemmed my thinking. You could do your hunting, your dressing, your cleaning, and stuff like that. But I thought, well, I like my Crown Victoria. See, this is like off, of those things. You can create your own house and stuff like that, but I can't sit there and make a wagon Crown Victoria or whatnot. So I'd want my Crown Victoria there. So in my world, if I have my own planet, and I'm the first being there with my family or whatnot, or maybe I traveled in a starship. I don't know. But I got my own planet on there. And I just think, well, I want my Crown Victoria there. So now my Crown Victoria there. So that means that somebody had to make that Crown Victoria. That wasn't me. So now a whole bunch of people exist. Manufacturers, the people who own the company, the people who own the building, the HR, the factory workers, and all that. Now they exist on my planet. Ah, dang. But I really want my Crown Victoria. So now I got my Crown Victoria, and I got a whole bunch of new jobs and people like that. People get hurt on there. Oh, so now people get hurt on the job. So now not only do I have to have some kind of car manufacturer, but I also have to have a hospital as well, because people can't just die and we just bury them and say, hey, we could have saved Bill, we got the knowledge, but we don't want to have hospitals. Now we have hospitals. Now we have doctors. Now we have, a whole bunch of other jobs from there. So now, like, people and jobs, well, let's just say the need for jobs, which creates the need for people, are now existing. And now my world's getting a little crowded, a little more crowded. So now I want to drive my car. So now I'm going to need gas. Now I'm going to have, and yes, I can make my own fuel. I know about all that stuff and all that. But let's just say I'm not. Okay, so now I got to buy my gas. Now there has to be a gas station manager, people that own the land, the people who lease the land, rent it out or whatever. But now they have to exist on my planet. So I'm like, well, dang, now it just can't be me. It has to be all these other people. And then somebody has to teach all these other people. So now there's separate schools ran by separate people, ran by instructors, and overseers, or whatever they call headmistresses, whatever they call them. And so now I have all these people, all these jobs that need positions filled, all these people now to fill the position, and now I have a crowded planet. It goes further than that. Like, if I want to, what's my favorite soda? I'm sorry, okay, I can do without soda. I'm good with water. I usually drink water and milk. Okay, let's just say I want soda. Now that plant has to exist and stuff. But now I'm stemming off, and I'm putting extra on there. Now I want candy. No. Okay, so soda place doesn't exist. But all those other things that I want, just because I want to drive my Crown Victoria, now all those things have to exist. So that sucks. So then I thought, hey, let me take these people and not put them on my planet. But I don't want them orbiting my planet either, like they're like my overseers or my guards or something like that. So what I'll do is I'll just put them on a separate planet. And basically I'll live my life you know, as basic as possible on this planet, but I do have my car, so it's not that basic. But I don't have all these buildings, and I don't have all these people, you know, but my gas magically gets transferred maybe by jet, you know, by a Starcraft down there, you know, and then they leave or whatever, you know, and all that other stuff, you know, maybe I'm in Alaska, right? That's what they do in Alaska. But now nobody's on my planet, and I choose the buildings that are there, and they're not factories and schools and stuff like that. And a whole bunch of people now need for roads, and now they got their cars and stuff like that. So now they're on a separate planet. Cool. So then I was like, well, now they're on a separate planet. They're like the wheels that turn behind the watch face, and I am the ticking hands, you know, just ticking along as simple as possible without, you know, you seeing what's making me running. And now I take that thought and I'm like, damn, it's almost like the people who kind of run our world in a sense. And it's like they're just living, and they don't really have, and I'm just using this as an example, like the Rothschilds. What do their passport look like? You know, what does their passports look like? You know, what are they a citizen everywhere? Or are they just a citizen of one place, but they're free to travel anywhere because it's like they have free reign of the world? You know what I mean? So that's pretty crazy. One guy got so many heart transplants, it's like, dang, who are these people who even gave him the hearts? Can we at least get some names so we can, I don't know, congratulate all of them? Geez, they all signed up just to give him their heart, or was he something special, or did he have some other process going on in some other planet? But I was like, dang, it's almost like they could live their life, and then we got to pay for it and work for it and build it. So they want to, you know, they don't have to come out of their house all day or whatever, but if they want to, and they want someone to drive them around, now there has to be a driver, a DMV, licensing, car manufacturer. You know, now there's all these needs for them to have other people in the world kind of like making things run for them. And then all of a sudden they want to take a private jet, so they need a pilot. And there's a pilot school with instructors and stuff like that. And then there's the company, TSA or whatever, you know, that runs, and I just threw a name out there. I don't know what I'm talking about with the companies of, you know, the plane companies or whatever. So sorry if I sound ignorant on that, but I have some real thought, but you know, just because I didn't mention Southwest or whatever doesn't mean I don't know what I'm talking about. It just means I don't want to put the thought into that stuff. I'm just throwing it out there. But, you know, so now they need those. And when they land in whatever place, you know, they want to get picked up in a limo. Now they need that the driver and limo company and limo manufacturers and the type of, you know, it's a Lincoln. So, you know, Mercury or whatever. Now Lincoln, the company exists and stuff. So it's almost like they can go anywhere, do everything. They have all these private meetings, but you don't see them on the beach or anything like that, or like living it up really. Like, where do you really see them? You know, but you see them coming out of meetings and stuff. So now there's a need for buildings and roads and stuff like that. So it's almost like, with my thought about the two separate planets, it's almost like we're the gears behind the scene. And I'm sorry, Rothschilds, for using you as an example. I know there's other people too. But then there's the people like them who are just kind of like living their life and just walking around and stuff. And they just have riches built up because the past was good to them. Yeah, you know? But I mean, like, I don't know. There's a little more thought for you, you know? Like, we are the wheels and other people get to enjoy. But in that light of thought, think about making your own company. Because I once worked in marketing for an Australian company, and I sold U.S. realty to Australians, and I sold solar to Australians. And you know, a lot of them are retiring at like 35, and I was thinking, oh geez, like I'm almost 35. You guys are already retired. There was some guy who was 18 years old, and he goes, I'm just getting out from under my parents, you know, and their allowances and stuff like that. So now this guy, you know, is going to put into a business, and I'm talking about allowance on top of what he makes, and he worked and everything. I mean, we went down the whole rundown, you know, and I'm thinking, geez, now this guy 18 is going to own property, and that's going to give him the, you know, the ability to retire later on in life, probably around 35, you know. And I'm just like, geez, so, you know, don't be the gears. What you need to be is those ticking hands, you know. like with the Rothschilds, you know, they got their own thing going on where they can just live and walk around, and then other people got to be the gears and do all that other stuff. Don't be the gears. Be the guy who just walks around. Own your own business. That's the only way to be free. And I'm 36 years old, and no, I am not a millionaire or anything like that. I don't care to be. I have a certain life planned out for me and my family, and that's a Colorado life with some land and some animals and some produce, and then any extras we're selling or sewing together and selling furs and skins and outfits, and yeah, it's gonna go the whole 9 yards. See, I've got my own thing. That's how I want to live my life. You know, how do you want to live your life? Basically, you know, do you want to be? Which world do you want to live in? Do you want to live in the world where you're the gears? Do you want to live in the world where you are just living? You know, your own planet, kind of like these guys, and how I feel like the United States is a workhorse, and we work and we supply and we work our lives away, um, and in the end, we work more than we get to live. We just live our life through our work almost, you know what I mean? And live our life for our work. So in the end, if you ever want to be truly free, retire early, be financially free, or live the life that you want to live, you gotta take it back to medieval times. Take your skills that you have learned and go and sell those out in the world and make your money and make your riches, make the path that you want to live. So that's all I got to say about that. I know it started out as fantasy thought. It kind of transferred into weird, whoa, kind of thought, what's going on? And then it transfers into this kind of thought, productive thought of taking what I know and making my own world and living on my own planet and having it my way, and not being the gears that are just going to sit there and turn and turn and turn and feed other people while we struggle to feed ourselves. So take that, rotate on it for a little while, give me some comments, tell me what you think. I know I took you on a wild journey, but you know what? It takes a wild journey to get to a better place sometimes. I mean, the journey can't always be smooth, and it can't always make sense, but in the end, it can make perfect sense. All right, everybody, have a good one. This is Seasick Bill.